Well, it is undoubtedly one of the most eagerly anticipated fixtures in the English game, as two historical heavyweights spur up to each other, ready to go blow for blow in what remains one of the game's intense rivalries. There are some that argue, and with some validity, that the significance of this fixture has diminished to a small extent since its heyday back in the 90s and mid-2000s, when these two teams were lapping up the lion's share of silverware season after season. Times have changed since, thanks largely to the emergence of other ambitious teams, but there is no doubt that this remains one of the hottest tickets around. It has the history, it has the hype, and it has always provided high entertainment. Have a look at this. It is what you anticipate here these days in London North 7, an undulating red and white wave, an Arsenal wave which envelops the team. Well, this is undoubtedly a mouth-watering encounter. Certainly it has played a significant part in the history of the English game. You can... Palmer! It's loose and there's a race for the ball. Oh, that was no routine save.
Well, you get a sense, Peter, that he could almost get to anything today.
Manchester United with the corner, there first. And that should get the job done. Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. Jim, who do you reckon is pivotal?
A little bias on my part, but Trent Alexander-Arnold is one of the greatest fullbacks around, certainly when it comes to attacking creativity. So naturally, you'll be bound to see him in the final third, where he can get the very best out of his strengths.
Yeah, he'll certainly be leaving his mark on this game, quite possibly actually at both ends. Martinelli. Opportunity for Arsenal to break. That's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. That a foul? Yes, the referee's given it. Just off target.
Cristiano Ronaldo certainly could have and should have made more of that.
No change to the score, 0-0 it remains. Saliba. Arsenal upping the intensity here, having lost possession.
Yeah, it's actually very good pressing. They want it back as quickly as they can get it, and they're hunting in packs to do just that.
Good to watch.
It really is. It's rugged and robust, but it still needs plenty of intelligence and teamwork.
Alexander-Arnold. Could have been dangerous, but it came to nothing. Odegaard. Alexander-Arnold kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Martinelli. That's Partey. Gabriel. For Rice. Turns back here, probably the best option. Saka looks to get on the end of this. And it's De Bruyne. Martinelli. Odegaard. Odegaard takes control of it and he's on the move. Havertz. Martinelli. Now it's Martinelli. Martinelli! Goal! Arsenal! Arsenal take the lead. His position was perfect, the invitation was there for him, and his response absolutely clinical.
Well, the finish looked a guarantee once he was found all alone, and it's criminal defending.
So we have had the first significant moment. It is 1-0.
Oh, he's just loving that. Certainly gives you a very unique feeling. Tremendous.
Martinelli. Palmer. He's a sharp little ball here. Oh, well cut out. No margin for error there at all.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
Out to the left it goes. Engages and forces him off the ball. And that is going to be the final action of the first half. Well, a very decent watch up to now, but just the one goal so far. It has been competitive and combative throughout.
Well, let's not beat about the bush, Peter. It's been fairly flat, and the support have had little to cheer about. So an awful lot of questions have got to be asked, and the answers need to be found in a hurry.
And we are already promptly back underway.
It's not easy being down in situations like this. I know it's an overused term, but you really have to play with courage. Be brave.
Decent hit! And he hits the net! And with that goal comes comfort!
Arsenal clearly executed that with considerable confidence. It only took seconds to score once the ball was recovered.
2 goals on the day, and he may not yet be done. Arsenal are now luxuriating in a 2-goal lead.
The turning of the screw comes to mind, Peter. They've got them where they want them.
Hits one! They are rampant! And the lead is extended still further.
That looks like a preconceived plan. Win the ball and then unleash.
Havertz is right up in the top 10 scorers in the league. A case now of complete control.
To be expected, Peter. They've gone and stepped it up. Something they've been threatening to do and will continue to do by the looks of it.
Rice does really well to win the ball there.
Well, the way this game is offering less possession, they'll need to have a very good conversion rate. Look, it's a run defence's dislike, but the timing has to be spot on.
There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. And here's Havertz. Cristiano Ronaldo. And the counter is on. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Odegaard. Now it's Havertz. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
Well, that tackle was immense, and so was the relief. The great escape.
He's not got that quite right. And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. Cristiano Ronaldo. It's Cristiano Ronaldo! And that's off target.
Manchester United certainly look a very capable counter-attacking team. They're direct, they're quick, and to be honest, they're full of belief that it'll pay off.
Substitution for Arsenal, number 49.
So time for change. And this one has been on the cards for a little while.
Martinelli, number 5.
Rice.
Partey, coming on the field.
Cristiano Ronaldo! And that is a truly outstanding save.
Oh, look, I don't want to sound too
Jorginho.
dismissive, but from here, that looked the harder thing to do.
Manchester United have their second corner now. Foden. And he's had a hit! Keeper's not concerned by that.
Well, if they hope to have any chance of turning this round, they have to abandon their shoot-on-sight policy. It's just not working.
And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Now it's Foden.
Well, they can at least make a fight of it. Even if it's just a goal, the lift it would give would be huge no matter what the end result is. Niceties are not part of this approach. This is actually quite aggressive.
Trossard. Saka showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out.
Added minutes has been indicated.
Not too much more here than seeing out time, and time is very nearly seen out. And the shot! And somehow he kept it out. And it's the goalkeepers to claim. And time is up. Manchester United end the season in a less than ideal manner. The effects of this long, gruelling campaign have seemingly caught up with them on its final day. So there it is. What struck you most about that?
Well, I think it's always good to end the season on a higher note, Peter, and that's what I think the message was here for next
And
season.
another
We'll be back
fantastic
bigger
win for the
and
boys
stronger,
today.
and I think
Thank
there
you
were
very
sufficient
much for your
positives
support.
from both sides.
So before we go, many thanks to Jim Beglin for his input, and from us both, good afternoon.